The pier served as a main ferry port in Kirby Town until 2002 when it was replaced by a brand new pier closer to the Kirby River estuary. This is why heading to next morning for my boat to one of the most beautiful islands on earth, the Koh Phi Phi. The price of a ferry ticket are more or less same and can be bought directly from your hostel, but make sure to shop around first. It also includes a free pickup to the ferry terminal from any Kirby's hostels. Once you arrive at the ferry terminal, ignore all those pretending to be a ticket inspector sitting behind the counter. They only want to sell you tours or accommodations at overinflated price on Koh Phi Phi. So go directly to the boarding area and exchange a receipt for a ticket. After arriving at Tonsai Piers on the largest and the main island of Phi Phi Dong, all tours will be asked to give a 25 baht environmental cleanup fee. Phi Phi Island is really small, and walking is the only way you can get around since there's no other form of transportation. So finally here I'm at Koh Phi Phi Island, and I have to say I made so many mistakes before coming here. Now I know coming to Thailand, never book anything in advance because once you get off the ferry, there are accommodation as cheap as 200 bahts for dorm rooms. Number two is I didn't stock up on some snacks and stuff because everything here is absolutely horrendously expensive. And lastly, all I have to say is make sure you exchange your money in the mainland because over here it's really bad in terms of exchange rates. With that being said, let's go on to our first attraction, which is the Viewpoint. After have my barbecue chicken, and by the way, many restaurants offer free water, which means you get to save a little bit of your precious baht Thai for activities. I just love when my breath are taken away, and this is definitely the spot for that. I'm pointing the camera to this direction because that's where the sun is, but check this out. This land is owned by a private Muslim family. They charge about $1 for entrance and no alcohol is allowed anywhere on the premise. Oh, by the way, make sure to bring your own bottled water or else you'll be ending up paying 3 times more here. Another advice, make sure to shop around to get deals for buying anything. A full day tour including transportation on a long-tail boat, drinks and meals costs around $10 to $13. So right after visiting the points, I came down here and I was planning for what to do for tomorrow. As you can see, it's very busy around, so I'll make this...
This guy is a nice guy,
Thank you. Thank you very much. So for tomorrow, I wanted to go to Maya Bay and also to do some snorkeling at, all that touristy stuff. And the irony is to shop around because at one shop I was given $5.50, another shop is another $5.50, and just a few blocks, but not even like a half a block away, for the exact tour is $350. You do have to pay a little like national park fees, that's understandable. But anyhow, the irony is once again, you shop around and don't take the first offer. You won't regret that. One downside of coming to this beautiful island paradise is everything costs money, and the only free entertainment here is nightly fire show happening on the beaches. The performers are not paid, rather they make their living with the tips they collect from the audience. Even though I consider myself being very generous, I will not support tipping them as I'm against using children in these dangerous acts, especially involving fire. Next morning, I returned to where I bought the day tour tickets. My group walked down together to the piers and get ready to board the boat. And here is another great advice I'd like to share. So I think one thing that's really important that I emphasize is to make sure you actually bring some sunscreens, and if you want to be in the shade, make sure you are one of the first persons to be on. And once again, go to the toilet first because I can't find it anywhere on this piers. At the same time, get changed first too. Our first destination is the Monkey Beach. Despite being close to Tonsan Bay, it's only accessible by a long boat. The only residents here are macaque monkeys, and they are the main attractions. Well, everyone knows I'm a CPA, accounting, but I also have a degree in anthropology, and when you come to a monkey beach, take my advice. Please don't feed the monkeys, and there's a good reason for that. As I have mentioned earlier, they can be very aggressive if the parent felt you are a danger to their young, and it's not worth the risk as their bite will require an anti-rabies shot. And one of the great reasons you should never feed them food or interact with them is the fact that they become normalized interacting with humans, and then other times when people don't come with food, they become more aggressive. They will leech and they will get things off their hand. So that actually poses a danger. They literally have to destroy primates because they become more aggressive. So I urge you, listen to me on this one. From our primatologists, don't feed them. Just a short ride away is the magical bamboo island, or Koh Phi. This island is a part of National Marine Park and is uninhabited. The island is surrounded by white sandy beaches and a shallow coral reef which is recovering from the 2004 tsunami. And as spectacular as it is, it's really hot and I don't think I want to get off. And also it costs 400 bahts if you do want to land your feet on that beach. So with that being said, I think I will stay here and take a nap. The guy actually told us that if we don't want to pay, we can still go on the beach after 10 minutes. It's just the fact that once the boat came in, there's people actually looking to see if we pay or not the 400 entrance fees. Now, once everyone get off, after 10 minutes they are gone, so we can get back on and go onto the beach. But as a responsible tourist, and I'm also official assignment, I like to keep things honest. So I'm not going to touch the actual beach, but I'm going to enjoy it from here. Our next part of the tour is the Mosquito Island, or Koh Yang. It's close to Bamboo Island and it's the sixth and the last island in the Phi Phi Island group. Due to its name and location, it does not get many visitors, but this makes an ideal option if you want to see good variety of marine life. Since it only has one small beach, we do not recommend you go on it as it is full of mosquitoes. However, on the north side of the island, there's a pinnacle suitable for scuba divers that is covered in soft corals. Next, our long-tail boat takes us to Phi Phi Li. It's the second largest in the Phi Phi group of islands. Due to the status as part of the National Marine Park, there's no resort or accommodations allowed here. As you enter along the east coast of Phi Phi Li, you'll notice a number of cave-like dwellings, one of which is the famous Viking Caves. It's named after the cave drawing found on the wall which resemble four tall ships. The painting are thought to be over 1,000 years old, and contrary to its name, Viking never reached the Phi Phi Islands. These caves are inhabited by the bird's nest collectors, which are collected as a main ingredient for the Asian delicacy known as bird's nest soup. The birds in these caves produce a nest from their saliva, and before they're able to breathe, the first of the two nests is removed and they can fish up to a value of $2,500 per kilogram. Since that is out of my budget, I'll settle for another round of snorkeling.
30 minutes.
The Pileh Lagoon, or Pileh Bay, is a spectacular bowl-shaped bay on the east side of Phi Phi Lake Island. The lagoon is only accessible during the mid to high tide since the shallow entrance is inaccessible during the low tides. Once inside the bay, you'll be surrounded by the beautiful tall limestone cliffs. The last place we visit is the Maya Bay, or Maya Beach. It's a very large bay located on the west coast. It's famous for being used as a set for the movie The Beach, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Maya Bay. I really think this is one of the most overrated beaches here in Thailand. It's also most expensive as well. But it's for you to decide whether to come here or not and spend the 400 Thai baht. Remember, 400 Thai baht, you can get a lot of tasty food. We began our journey back to Tonsan Piers for the night, but once again not before enjoying a beautiful sunset. After a quick shower is dinner time. Like everything else, the food is a lot more expensive here. In Thailand, the average meal costs about 30 baht or 85 cents. On Koh Phi Phi, it's double the price, 60 baht or $1.70. Alright, so just one thing about Koh Phi Phi is there's no way around them paying tourist price, and everything is just a lot more expensive. First of all, this is the island, everything will be shipped in. And number two, they know that you don't have much of an option but to, unless you want to starve and wait until you go back to the mainland. So still, the price can be okay. I mean, this is roughly 60 baht, which is roughly about 20 bahts, a lot more than if you were to eat in the roughly 50% more than what you will be paying. So the owner's son came over and offered me a spring. However, one of the perks of doing a travel show is everyone wants to feed me for free. Thank you very much. Before heading to bed, I went for a short walk after dinner to take in the sight and the sound of this island. However, right after I put my pajama on, half of the island went dark. This is a really interesting experience because I think half of the island has just gone dark, and I mean the power get back on because without air conditioning, I would die. Next morning, I ferried back to Kirby, but I couldn't stop wishing that there's another way to get back. I was disappointed to see a young boy unloading very heavy ferry luggage for the Western tours. Responsible tourism means that we must not encourage child exploitation. In my view, they should be in school and getting a proper education for a brighter future.